Welcome back to Let's Play KRZ Part 7, and I think we are close to the end of Act 3. This is DG. We are at the Bureau of the Reclaimed Spaces. Morning, Lula. Here you are. My Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. Any word on the dress? The results just came in by courier. Good news. Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I cross-referenced the results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on the Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure he can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I have to get back to packing. You going somewhere? I'm feeling impulsive and I'd like to be ready. Maybe back to Mexico. It's been years. They still have one of my sculptures in the museum down here. Did you know, big ugly iron thing? Time to have it scrapped anyway. The metal sculpture. Okay. You know, the time seems really messing up here because we know that Lula has at least escaped from the zero. I mean, the first time a long time ago. But maybe we are still at the same or the right time, current. Where the strangers come from. Come from the graveyard. No mistake. Absolutely. Okay. So we're going to see the other side of this story, where we were looking at the graves and we'll see the other people. Don't know how to say it in English. Just changing the sequence of the story. I don't know what I expected. The strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Donald's a stranger. Hell, you and I are practically strangers. Earlier in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but you don't have to talk about it. When I saw Weaver, she was on TV. I was testing a pretty simple tube repair, flipping through channels to check the saturation, and she was just there. It was kind of horrible, I mean. I told you she disappeared, suddenly, ran away, but you thought she was dead. Yeah, I guess I don't like to say it, dead. And then the next time I flipped to channel 2, Weaver. It's burned in my vision now. She's standing in a room. The walls are blank kind of gray. There's tape on the walls, like markings and desks. A classroom maybe. The camera's in the corner, so it's this sort of 45-degree angle into the room. And there's Weaver right in the center of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. Hell, I think I stopped breathing. Eventually she spoke, but there was no real sound. Just this awful hum. I read the closed captions. She said to go to the mine. I'd find something there. I can't remember her exact words. Whenever I try, I get distracted, fuzzy. It's so dusty in here, right? You'd think, with all these holes in the ceiling, what the hell was that? Did you hear that? Okay. The stranger activates the tape player's Longy on his shoulder. A crackly drawl echoes in the room. It is patient and sounds like it should be smiling. Doolittle. My regrets. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. I guess you are here about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. Horrible business. We're actually looking some information about an old computer. Certainly, I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there's a place for you here. I'll just take you over to meet the dispatcher, show you the trucks, get you familiarized. We can converse as we go. Some kind of factory? Yeah, maybe, but for what? Why hidden away like this? And what's that smell? Like bread, baking bread? Please follow me. Bzz, 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 bzz. I have to ask to step in here a moment. This is for your safety and adjust your outfit just a bit. There's some protective headwear up on the wall back there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. We don't wear glasses, so that won't be an issue. Well, do us a favor and put on the headwear anyway, just this way. Wow, check this stuff out. It must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition. How do you think they keep it like that? Maintenance, old man. I bet it's someone's job around here. Probably hard to keep all that dust out, you know, underground. That's why I got into this business. To keep old stuff like this running seems like such a shame to let it just fall into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the cave, Xanadu. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy all petrified into living stone. How could you just let that fall apart? More new arrivals this evening. Plenty to do. Get to replay the formula. What job are they working? I don't know. That is been settled just yet. You see, sometimes you take newcomers already in debt to the distillery. One of the foremen will find something for them to do, chip away at their sum until it's all settled. That's what I'm doing here, chipping away. That's what we're all doing. Here's the fleet. Haha. Oh, we just use these to get around internally. What do you do here? Oh, I'm a copywriter. Take some bottles and flyers and ad copy, that sort of thing. Discerning shades and heart-sick lovers have long known the taste of hard times and held it in favor over all other spirits. That was one of mine. So, the trucks are just east a ways. In shipping, you can become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder. If you see something that catches your eye, always happy to show off the facilities. Sublime machinery. Logistics. Okay. Shipping. Truck. Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course, what kind of experience do you have driving trucks? I drove deliveries for an antique shop up until this last run. Haha, precious cargo. You do just fine. And you can drive safely, can't you? I haven't any doubt. Now it's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. What happened with Miguel this evening? Well, the dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes a moment or simply hit a curve too devilish. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company and slow to anger. But if we're speaking confidentially, well, without that lost products to be repaid, bourbon and glass dashed across the interstate, and a few casks too, we're all just thankful he had no next of kin. So let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. 220 on that road. Come back. Up in the hummingbird cave. City kitty. Hello? Tell dispatch something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. You folks, 99, wheel holder. Gotta pay the water bill. I'm certain they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? Highlights. And dusk can be treacherously misleading with all that indirect light, the magic hour. You know, there's the similar saying in Japanese. So I guess I know how they translate this part. To convey the angle of the sun at dusk and dawn means the light is mostly indirect reflections from the sky. Everything looks like a movie. It's all a bit softer. Sure, those that sleep. Miguel pulled extra day shifts when he could. Sometimes it helped me, you know, sometimes over in bottling. He shouldn't have been out driving at dusk. Weird shadow, soft light, dangerous. Empties rattled. He kept them over there so the smell wouldn't spread. He just needed a nap even if he ran late. That was only human. Sure, I know you'll want to look. Kick the tires. That's the thing we do, isn't it? What kind of man was Miguel? Nothing really interesting. The wipers are fine. We have some good strong folks in shipping here, so you never need to worry about loading if you don't want to. bit hard on the knees and back at our age, huh? Of course, you have to unload at the destination, but that's the job, and some drivers like the extra shift stacking and loading there. Here. Conway woke up on a bald hay. Everything was too bright. His head hurt, the usual. Lisette and Ira argued loudly just outside the open barn door. She wanted Ira to take him inside and shower, have some coffee, get to the job. Ira said there wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It was an important job. They couldn't put it off. Ira said to let the deadbeat sleep it off, and then send him packing. He said Charlie could do the job. Conway closed his eyes. They kept arguing. Lisette tried saying Charlie had schoolwork, that Conway could be roused. Ira said Charlie should learn his bed for the summer. Conway was a lost cause. Couldn't show up to a job, bleary-eyed and smelling like booze. Ira was a starboard man, so Charlie went along, and Conway drifted out again, and he didn't hear about the accident until months later. Okay, so here there are some backstories. Now tell them about your experience. 10:33, dispatch. Got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. Water pump. Well, to make a bourbon, you need some water, won't you? Here's where it all comes in, the mundanity of it. Huh. Quite an impressive chorus when they all get going like this, though. What river is this? It's an artery of the Echo River. The Echo River is fed from Lake Leith, but you wouldn't recognize a drop of it. Leith is cold, dark, and so very deep and still. Rumors of Lake Leith's supernatural properties are, I'd say, just a bit exaggerated, but I wouldn't fish on it. Don't know how that name means. Is it lethal? Lake Leith? Docks. Mess hall. Oh, I see a television. But we can see it. Let's head back upstairs, huh? I have one more thing to show you. Wait, we only came here looking for some answers about this stupid moldy computer. Oh, the old man in the cave with the moldy computer. That black mold is drawn to whiskey. It feeds on ethanol fumes, you see? As we age the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into air, the angel's share. It goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up that mold, we can usually apply some pressure and cold to it, squeeze and condense the angel's share back into drinkable whiskey. Every drop counts when you are making a living on the stuff. So we go down and scrape it off his equipment just like any other place it grows. He kept sending his people here to drive us away. Paranoid. Truly paranoid. Well, now we have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. One thing I know, that computer has been running for decades. Switching it off for a minute and let it rest. That'll get you going. I'm sure of it. So the choice we did before actually affects the conversation here. If you don't mind, adding machine. Here it is, a beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know? What is it? Why it's an adding machine? This is where we come for our daily ritual to calculate the day's interest and repayment according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you'll do well in here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're a hire. Wait, we can't. It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special, mark the occasion. This is the top shelf stuff. Now, single barrel. He doesn't. Down the hatch. I have no other choice. Decent enough. Welcome aboard. And the mouse, the cursor is moving by its own. It's not working for you. We have to get back to this hour. He has a delivery to make. What's this? Not working? Are you turning down this opportunity? I'm disappointed, and I'm afraid that leaves us with a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is the top shelf stuff you're drinking now. It isn't cheap. If it's not your first shift drink, well, and there's the matter of this tour just now. My time and experience are billed at quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You're in quite deep. But my back-of-the-envelope estimations. Well, we have that in common, I suppose, all of us. Yes, I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. It's just a way of it. What's happening right now? We can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs. Of course, the interest begins to compound immediately. And well, we'll go over the formula when you get here. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow then. So, I guess I start in the morning. I guess I'm confused. It's just the way these things go, kid. Well, that still gives us a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry? And here's the end of Act 3. You can see a boat is coming. A boat with mammoths. The end of Act 3. Alright, so I think we should go back to Act 2 and do the unfinished things we left. So yeah, it's because this thing is always spinning, and it actually you can see it from here, but if you enter an act and you actually can choose back to the big wheel, so they call this the big wheel, and it's spinning all the time, which made I choose the wrong act, and also partly because I thought the short story was actually the Act 2. Well, this first time I played it, I don't know which one is correct. So we'll continue Act 2 in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.